Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time doing another Spidey-tember episode review. And now we're pretty much up to the 6th episode of Season 1 of Spectacular Spider-Man, The Invisible Hand, which was directed by David Bullock and written by Matt Wayne. Now, Matt Wayne also worked on some comic books, mostly Marvel Year in Review, as well as with Dwayne McDuffie, who co-worked with him on Icon and Hardware, and also did shows like Stormhawks, Ben 10 Alien Falls, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Alien, and Greenland the Animated Series. So here we're meant to sort of see how Dr. Octavius is now testing O'Hearn as the next test subject, where he ends up getting a sort of special body armor, which makes him sort of a invincible machine. And you can tell there's some implications that Octavius does try to warn him to little to no excess. And we do kind of see how Peter sees how he kind of has Betty Brant finally asking him out on a date to the prom, but we see how Aunt May is justifiably, and if not, appalled about the idea, and does try to kind of talk Betty Brant out of it. And we do kind of see how Eddie tries to get Gwen to go out with him, despite the fact that he's doing it to kind of make Peter look bad. And I think at the same time I would say the episode is slightly weaker, because yeah, there's a lot more they could definitely have done with Rhino, and I think, in my opinion, what the Ultimate Spider-Man game got right was actually doing a proper actual mech suit, having sort of the Alex O'Hearn in the game be a kind of test pilot, which I think would have been an interesting idea. And here we do kind of see how Peter comes face to face with the big man, Lionel Lincoln, who's meant to be Tombstone. Now, instead of Kingpin, Tombstone is meant to be the big boss in charge. And I know there were plans initially to have Kingpin as the main sort of crime lord. That got changed. And I think it's an interesting idea, because I think Kingpin is more of a Daredevil villain now than less of a Spider-Man one. And I get it, yeah, they finally go with the whole MJ thing at the end, which is a reference to the iconic ending story, with MJ giving the iconic line, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot." I think throwing in both Gwen and MJ in the same episode doesn't really work. And I think it's like looking at most Spider-Man media. It's always important not to put two characters in the same show. Just wait until Gwen leaves or dies, and then move MJ in to give Peter time to move on himself. And I think the episode is not too bad, but I think could have been a bit more better, because you could tell the writers were probably wanting to make the episodes longer, but I think because of what they were given, it kind of makes you feel like there was intentions to make the episodes longer and build up more with the villains. And yeah, and one thing I did forget to mention from the last video is you do see Dr. Otto Octavius with his tentacles, which is meant to foreshadow Dr. Octopus. And yeah, you even do see Frederick Foswell, who's meant to be the sort of intel guy who, keep in mind, in the comics was the big man, as well as his iconic kind of alter ego Patch. I think while the episode's not bad, there was a lot more that could have been built up longer if the episodes were 26. And again, I think usually the point of world building or kind of setting up a series, you want to take things slowly, but not rush things too quickly. But I think once again, this episode definitely deserves 2 thumbs in the middles. It's not bad, not great, but it's more of an average premise. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.